Hey, 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 everyone.
Ho, ho, ho.
Welcome to the Fur Peace Ranch Quarantine Concert Series. This is number, is that right? 38? 38. I always get a little confused when we stick a vault in between. We had a vault last week. Tonight is number 38.
38.
So essentially that means 38 weeks plus the 7 weeks that we did. That's not too shabby.
Not shabby at all.
We're coming up on a year of doing these.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Well, welcome everyone. Our quarantine concert series is brought to you by Yorma's Choice, the only choice in CBD products. And we have a 1,000 milligram muscle cream, 1,000 milligram muscle balm, a 500 milligram muscle balm, a 1,000 milligram tincture, and a 500 milligram black cherry tincture. Soon to have a travel size roll-on. Now, not more of a stick than a roll-on, but they call it a roll-on. That is in the works. And I believe a 1,200 milligram bourbon cinnamon.
Ooh.
That's what we're working on. Robbie Bickett, you're a genius.
A gosh darn genius.
We are so grateful to be able to have this product thanks to you. So in the coming weeks, you guys are going to see a new Fur Peace Ranch Company store. And when that happens, the CBD products will be available on the new store. But for now, you can call the company store at 740-992-9598, or you can call the ticket office at 740-992-6228, and we'll take your order over the phone.
We have to do that during business hours, though, right?
During business hours. If you call after hours, like now, I'm not going to be answering the phone, but we will get your message and we'll get back to you as soon as we're back in either the store or the ticket office. We have a couple of things we want to mention. Our beautiful Soldier guitar straps are back in stock, and I have to tell you, you'll notice that when you go on the site, we've been carrying these for several years now, and they're always different.
Yeah, they're really great. We use them all the time.
They are a recycled safety belt, but the old safety belts from when we were kids. And each
When I was a kid, we didn't have safety belts. The safety belt was my mother
or seat
smacking
belts.
her right arm into my stomach to keep my feet from going through the windshield.
I know, we didn't either. We didn't either. But there's some beautiful, beautiful straps up there. Wide straps, smaller ones with a, like a narrow with a shoulder pad. The one that you were just showing is kind of the classic. It's also hanging over the newly in stock, freshly made cutting boards, or if you've been bad, a paddle.
How do you tune this thing?
Ask me how I know.
How do you know? Yes.
They're wonderful. We actually got turned on to the guy that makes them when you did that festival decades ago, or maybe, yeah, I guess it was decades ago, because Izzy was
Oh, it's like 20. It's like 20 years ago. Because
it was in the Ozarks. It was the first time I'd ever been to the Ozarks.
yeah, Bird was still with us back then. May he rest in peace.
Yeah. Everybody that remembers Bird. Also, the long-awaited, hold it up.
Can I? The
Hold it up.
long-awaited. Oh yeah.
Hold it up to the camera.
When I'm through holding these up, can I tell everybody what Bird said before we did our show?
Ooh. Well,
We'll see. Okay.
yeah, we'll see.
All right. So.
Hold it
Can
up.
you
There we
see
go. Yikes.
And
Live from Radio Dream Streamland. We have a little bit of
Yikes.
Yorma and a little bit of John
There you
on
go.
the shirt. So we told everyone that when the design revealed itself, we would have a shirt. So on the front of that shirt is an old-time radio. Both Yorma and John collect old-time radios. John's collection puts Yorma's doesn't really. Yorma just has a couple radios. You have the best old-time radio collection of anyone.
how
I've
many of
seen.
them work, John? That's the question.
I was actually
not
going
bad.
to, when we get back up and running, and I've talked to John about this, I want to do an exhibit in the gallery with your radios. They're fantastic. A lot of that old Bakelite and beautiful. I think you even have like a pale pink one, don't you? Yeah. Okay, so you want to tell everyone what Bird said? This is not PG. This is rated R for anyone who's going to get offended.
It's not that offensive.
Please.
So it was.
If I know what you're going to say.
It was a, you know, it was a tie-dyed festival populated by the gentle bearded folk, and I remember Harvey said, "May he rest in peace." He went, "All right, you hippies, quit drinking the bong water and come up to the stage."
Oh, that's much more. I thought you were going to say the other one.
Oh no,
Oh, that one.
no,
was
no.
bad.
That's another story.
Yeah.
That's from the firehouse in Ballard, Washington. Well, that's another. We'll save that story for another time. That's an R-rated story.
Well, you could bleep it. You could say, "Okay, you bleep bleep, mother."
Okay, well,
mother
I could
bleepers.
do that. So yeah. Oh, there was a whole thing about this story, but we'll just go to the stage. Harvey, again, he was an intense fellow, and he was incensed about something. Well, we'll save that story for another time. He was incensed. And the firehouse, he went to the stage, and he said, "I can say it." He said,
Oh, this is really offensive.
"It is? All right, you weasel Richard MFs. How about that?" Did I get through it that way?
Okay.
And
yeah.
and the crowd went, "Yay!"
Okay. I can't believe
Did I do that okay?
you did.
Okay.
So just think about what Yorma just said. Put it all together. The Bird was something else. He would have jumped in front of a train for you and Jack, and there was a lot.
He had no verbal boundaries,
He had
like
no
my mother.
verbal boundaries. He had a. We should be getting on with the show. We never talk about this long about the stories. Don't start this early. But I have to tell the story about Bird. So he loved gold. I mean, he loved gold, and he had rings on every single finger.
And he didn't believe in banks, so every time he got some money,
Yeah, he would go buy gold. So he had a round. He shows up to a gig with this round gold plate, I think he said it was 24 karat gold, like flat, like a saucer, like a coaster. That's how big it was. And in the middle of it was the Star of David with a big emerald in the middle of it. And I go, Jesus Christ, Harvey? What the?
it was kind of like something out of Romancing the Stone. you
It
know?
was ridiculous. And I go, well, what did that, because I also have no boundaries when it comes to jewelry. I always ask me, wow, what'd that cost you? I go, what that set you back? Now, Harvey was from Brooklyn, and it was really sometimes hard to understand him. He goes, Haunted Cord. I go, what? Haunted Cord. What is that?
Which
I go,
translates
yeah,
as?
he's telling me that it costs the same as a Honda Accord. So,
Yeah, when he started moving up, this little gold chain here he gave me when he started getting
your
the big
beard's so
stuff.
long, nobody can see it.
Yeah, well, it's a little gold chain.
Yeah. Okay.
All right,
Wow.
with a genuine gold nugget from Alaska.
Nice.
Okay.
Well, for those of you that are just tuning in, you thought you were going to get some music. We do music.
We do occasionally play music.
Stories. The stories don't usually come right out of the gate, but nothing is scripted. Nothing is scripted. The only thing that is quasi-scripted on our quarantine concert series performances is a set list, and that's open
And
to
even that is subject to change.
That's right. So we're going to jump right in. We want to thank everyone for tuning in, for making the 38 weeks of our quarantine
Wow.
concerts possible. At some point throughout the night, you're going to see two email addresses float across your screen. One is for PayPal, one is for Venmo. This is what the listeners asked us to do. They wanted a tip jar for the crew because our crew has been volunteering for these concerts since April 4th of 2020. That's a long time. That's a long time
Almost a year, you might say.
to be out of work. But we are happy to be here. We are overjoyed that we have the opportunity to actually do this. We have the theater, we have the equipment, and so we thought, what the heck? But thank you so much over the last 38 plus the 7 quarantine vault series weeks.
Yep.
For making it possible for us to pay the crew. All right, now let's get to some music. Phew.
Yikes. Now, that was an official yikes. The other was a commercial. Been so long since I belonged here, since I lost my way, that I'd like to stay beside you. So tell me, darling, can I stay once, just to see your smile, laugh and look at me? Well, when you held me tight in the morning shower, you know it's been so long since I felt at home in the mirror. Was a time I once came running down the street we used to live. That was when I still had something special left for me to give. Well, to you, just to see your smile, laugh and look at me. Well, when you held me tight in the morning, child, now you know it's been so long since I felt at home in the mirror. Thank you.
We got so carried away with our stories
Yes.
about Harvey Coleman that, and I normally do this at the beginning, but I wanted to give a shout out to Billy Driscoll. Happy 73rd birthday.
Kids.
You almost got wrinkles older than you, Billy. And Ted, you and your buds at Fort Hays College that are probably going to be watching this on Retro Night. A big shout out to you, I just want to say. Bunch of college guys listening to Hot Tuna, they must have cool dads, or at least Ted
Or great taste in
has,
music.
well, you could, but Ted, I think that your dad and maybe even your mom, but I definitely know your dad's got good taste in music, so he passed it off to you. So thanks for watching on Tuesday night. Thanks.
Boy. All righty, so this next song that I'm going to do, it's I can't remember where I learned it from, probably from Ian Buchanan. But in any case, I recorded this on the River of Time album, which we did in 2009, and we recorded this tune up at Lee Von Helm's place up in Woodstock. May he rest in peace. And Lee, of course, was still alive back then, and you know, he was just such a great guy, and you know, we'd be working on stuff in the morning, and he'd come wandering through in his bathrobe with cowboy boots on, and his dog Muddy, and they'd stop by and we'd chew the fat for a while and this and that. So anyway, but Lee's drums were always set up there, and we wanted to get Lee to play drums on something, and Lee hated to rehearse, so we said, well, how about Trouble in Mind? Everybody knows Trouble in Mind. Fine. So we played the song, but we never discussed the fact that a song has to have a beginning and an end. And as we approached what I would perceive it would have been the end of the song, it became apparent to me immediately that Lee wasn't there. And so it just went on, and it went on, and it went on. Of course, every note was brilliant, needless to say, and that we didn't fade out. We didn't fade out, did we, Myron? No, I think we at some point Lee came in for a landing, and that was that. Anyway, Trouble in Mind. Trouble in mind, I'm blue. Won't be blue always. Will the sun gonna shine on my back door someday? Baby gone, she's gone. Won't be gone always. I said the sun gonna shine on my back door someday. Take a walk, we'll buy that lonesome railroad line and let that 219 special, I said, pacify my worried mind. Take a walk by that river, take my rocking chair, and if them blues don't leave me, baby, I said, rock away my care. Troubling mind, well, Lord, I'm blue. Won't be blue always. I said the sun gonna shine in my back door. You know the sun gonna shine in my back door. Yeah, the sun gonna shine in my back door someday.
Very nice, Yorma.
Well, thanks, Vanessa.
Would you like a question?
Sure.
Okay. This is from...
Test me.
This is from our friend, Fern.
Oh, Fern.
Oh, Fern.
Fern.
Fern, you have a
Reminds you of a Carter Family song. Sweet Fern, sweet Fern. I did it on Ain't No Hurry, me and Teresa.
It's a great name. I love your name, Fern. Okay. She said if we could work this in, so we're going to work it in for you. Yorma, do you have any interesting memories from when the Airplane played the Tanglewood Music Festival in the summer of '69, along with B.B. King and The Who on the bill?
Correct.
It was my first live concert experience because my sleepaway camp, Iroquois, decided it would be a fun outing for the kiddies.
I'll bet.
She said she was, and so I'm going to out you, Fern. She said she was 10 years old. She said it left a deep impression, and she'd love to discover more about it.
Well, all righty. The answer to that the simple answer to that question is yes. And I'm guessing you want me to.
Yeah, what do you remember?
All right, well.
What do you remember? I mean, what you were experiencing.
Well, there's a
and
couple
what
things. I
she
mean,
was
later on,
experiencing
remember
are two very
Kenny Aronoff was up there at the Tanglewood thing and the Leonard Bernstein doing, I don't know, some kind of massive percussion thing for symphony. But that's his memory, not mine. Okay, so first of all, what a bill. B.B. King, The Who. We've got an original poster backstage of that.
I know we do.
Yeah.
I know we do.
Jefferson Airplane, what's not like? Okay, so my memory of this show is not of the show itself, but about some of the shenanigans prior to the show. My memory thinks it's a hotel room, but it could have been on Mars, I'm not sure. And it involved a nitrous oxide tank. Aren't you glad you asked? Whoa, my hands are so big. It involved a nitrous oxide tank, it involved Keith Moon, and it involved Bill Graham, and sundry other musicians, but they were the most entertaining because they were fighting over the hose, and I forget which one was which, but one of them was actually biting holes in the hose above where the other one was grabbing the hose in order to get the fresher nitrous. Whoa, it's unbelievable. Aren't you glad you asked?
Oh, boy. I guess I am. Do you remember a great story, Yorman? Thank you very much. Anything about being on stage other than...
Well, I mean, look, we get the answer is not really, except it was, I mean, aside from the...
Because of the nitrous oxide.
Well, no, that was the day before. That wasn't the day of the show.
Oh.
I mean, look, I mean, I just remember it as being an honor to be on stage with people like that, and obviously at a serious music venue like the Tanglewood Symphony, whatever they call it, Symphony area, whatever, you know. I mean, that was like a big deal. It's sort of like, you know, my grandmother always had like season tickets to the Carter Barron Amphitheater in D.C., which is like D.C.'s version of the Tanglewood. It wasn't quite as fancy, same kind of thing. Yeah, I saw Louis Armstrong and wow, gosh, my mind is a sieve.
Was it Mahalia Jackson?
Famous jazz singer. What was her name?
Ella
Ella
Fitzgerald.
Fitzgerald. Thank you.
Ella
Thanks,
Fitzgerald.
Johnny. Got that. Yeah, Louis and Ella. Saw Ricky Nelson there. Saw Jim Burton play there. Anyway, so those are my memories of the Carter Barron. But just remember the Tanglewood. You know, it's just a fantastic venue. But just the folks that were on stage, that we shared the stage with us that night. That's the memory.
Nice. Wonder if Leonard Bernstein has any stories about chewing on a nitrous oxide.
I don't think Lenny was there that
Tube.
night. Lenny had great taste in cowboy boots. I remember that.
We've talked about this story before, and we can't really go into it for a lot of reasons. It's completely inappropriate. But we dined with Leonard Bernstein because we had mutual friends, and he had a place. He had friends in Key West when we were living there. And I was picking you up at the airport when my friends were picking Leonard Bernstein up. And his cowboy boots, I think, were a size 15, maybe.
He's a big fella.
They were, he was a short little guy.
He could have gone skiing on it.
Yeah, he was a short little guy, and his cowboy boots were.
Yeah, his feet were big fellas, yeah.
But we did have dinner with him
We did.
either that night or the night after, and it is a story. It might be in the book. Is it in the book? Did you tell
I believe
it?
it's in the book. It's in the book.
Yeah, read the book, because we're not going to go into it. But it was just a crazy,
To say the
crazy
least.
night. Okay.
Well, Key West is Key West. We all know what that means. But although me and the guys were in Key West a couple of years ago after we did that jam cruise. Key West it's, you know, I guess it's still, it's just not the pirate capital of the world anymore. It's like wall-to-wall people and, you know.
I think it's safe for me to go back there now, but I don't.
Ron
really,
John surf
I don't really
shirts.
want to. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Boy, Vanessa, the constant change of the world is starting to weight me down, you know. Things just aren't like they were 50 years ago. Did I say
No, we
that?
did have a lot of fun when we were there, but
We did.
I'm glad we're not there anymore.
Yeah, our bull terrier relieved himself on the southernmost point of the United States marker several times. That dog. I gave him the best years of my life. All right, do I get to play another song?
Please.
Yeah, right. Please play another song. Well, I met a gal at a cabaret, pretty purple all going my way, mad, knowing what it's all about. Well, bring me home, just throw me out, broke my nose, split my head, don't let me Can't you hear again? Whip through the kitchen, out through the door, hit me with a chain. It got so well, never happen no more. Happen no more. You know that I live in Chicago, winter and fall, cause me to wear my overalls. I got broke when it was my fault. Said used to eating pork chops and leaving the salt. Met a gal, big mink coat, fancy car, and a 40-foot boat. She pulled a gun and she took my dough. Didn't get mad, oh, didn't get so well. Never happen no more. Happen no more. Well, bought me to overall. I got broke, it was my fault. Said used to eating pork chops, leaving the salt. Met a gal, fancy car and a 40-foot boat. She pulled a gun and took my dough. Didn't get mad, whoa, didn't get so well. Never happened no more. Happen no more. Well, never happen no more. Said that'll never happen no more. Thank you.
You're waiting for me to do a question? You can
I
play.
guess I'm
You
going
can
to
do a
pick up
song.
another guitar while you're.
Okay.
But go right ahead. Do we have a question, or am I just going to play a song? Either way is fine with me. Okay, well, lay it on me while I'm.
Does Yorma keep, this is from, Verda Sullivan. Does Yorma keep his ear tuned for new songs to cover or record? If so, what does he look for in a song?
You know, that's actually a good question for a guy in this period of his, and I use the term loosely, development. I'm never really consciously looking for anything. You never know when something's going to pop up and just smack you between the eyes and say, you need to play this song, or you need to learn this song. And so I'm not constantly bird dogging songs, and this plain and simple answer is that I just usually wait for something to either inspire me to write a song, as I did a couple months ago with Take Your Time, which I'll probably do with on our next show. Did it a couple weeks ago. But yeah, I mean, a lot of guys are constantly looking for songs, this and that, and that's just not the way I function. I probably should. I'd know more songs if I did, but I don't.
I've been lucky enough to bring you a couple songs that you did.
Well, you know what I always say, Vanessa. Yes, dear. No, you have great
No.
taste. Not all the time. You have great taste
I
in
had
music.
a couple of songs that you said I'll think about it. The Ain't in No Hurry.
It's a classic.
That was one of our students, Jim Egan, and it's such a simple song. The melody, the words were, I felt like, really important for where.
Well, the words are always important, and that's
Yeah.
really, I mean, since you've invited this discussion, you know, there's so many ways to look at what guys like me who play the guitar do, and one of the things is, you know, at some point people, I don't know what people expect, so probably shouldn't even weigh in on this, but you know, they've been playing guitar for X number of years, and some people expect you to be doing this or doing that or weird stuff, and that's not who I am. You know, like, and you mentioned that Ain't No Hurry. That's a great song. That's a fabulous song, you know. I just finished reading Guy Clark's biography, Before I Get Killed or Caught. I mean, think of all those great Guy Clark songs. Now, Guy, of course, has always had great people playing with him. Sean Camp, Verlin Thompson. I mean, he always has Rodney Crowell. He's always had great people playing with him. But the songs that mean so much to those of us that like Guy Clark songs, essentially are just beautifully written, simple songs. So anyway, the lyrics mean a lot to me. They would mean way more to me than the guitar stuff does. Anyway.
And I know you'd heard this song before, but I did bring you Johnny's A Little Faster.
Yes, you did.
Steady as she goes.
I think you guys teamed up on me on that one. No, it's a
No,
great song.
we
No,
didn't. I just asked John if he had a song, and we knew about the song, and you were.
And he said,
at-
I'll bring 20 songs over. No.
You were at Levon's recording.
Yeah, we did.
And we got you the lyrics, and I don't even know if we had a recording or whatever, but you guys did it, and you did a fine job.
We did a fine job. Yeah, one of these days I'm going to have to teach John the hot tuna turnaround for that song. What do you think, John? He's staying quiet. All right, so. Well, since you mentioned
Yeah,
that
the next
song,
song
which
is-
is on
Yeah.
Steady as She Goes, as I recall. Yeah, I mean, you know, and speaking about where things come from, like the title to that song, we sort of went for that nautical tattoo thing on it. But if I'm not mistaken, we got that from Johnny's sister and his brother-in-law that are sort of seafaring people in their weekend spare time. Is this correct, Hurl? Yeah.
We love the Hurlbutts
And the Roberts.
and the Roberts. Sorry, John.
We all want second chances. A chance of being free. A chance to take our measure here. See we can be. Dance isn't over before the last note has been played. We bow with thanks. We walk back home and see we've made. Well, the mirror holds the message. You can't deny the time. Whose tracks it makes across your face, waiting for a sign. If chances were like highways, a map would bring you home. There'd never be a detour sign while you drive on alone. Well, chances are like crystal. They shatter when they fall. You cannot bend the hands of time. You'll never save them all. You juggle aspirations and balance them with pain. No matter how that drought drags on, there'll always come a rain. Well, life has been a highway beneath tomorrow's skies. The winds of time will wash away the ache of old goodbyes. They'll grow beyond our reach. Turns from self to all, our mission is to teach. Thank you. Did I hear your phone hit the floor doing that?
When you said, you sang the something fall line.
They
Saturday.
should.
Looked out of the back of my little nest over here.
Let's see. Your phone is filled with iChat. It shatters when it falls. Okay.
Nice. Well, here's this question kind of goes with the question before, and this stemmed from a conversation that you and I had actually a couple days ago. David Kahn, was that his last name?
David Kahn, Kahne,
Yep.
yeah.
So he produced a few projects for you. The songs from that era were
He did Yorma and Barbecue King.
Yeah. Can you talk about how the songs, so we were talking about songwriting and you listening to songs, how your songs have changed? Because you don't write like that anymore.
Right.
That said, your songwriting is beautiful. You know how I feel about your songwriting. And unique, and if the listener and your fans are really listening, they'll know and realize that, you know, they've followed you through your words, through what was happening in your life, like most songwriters.
Right.
There are some songwriters that don't write very personal. Do you know what I mean? That's one of
Right,
the
or
things
their personal view is out of time. You know, they have a more expansive personal view.
Right, so your songs have changed. How have they changed? Do you know what I'm getting at? Kind of?
Well, I mean, there's, like I said, again,
Because there's songs that you just won't play anymore.
well, there are, you know, and again, having just read the Guy Clark biography, and, you know, they were talking about how Guy, towards the end of his life, did a lot of collaborative writing, because you're only young once. And those young experiences, if that's the well that you draw from, when you're not young, you can't draw from that well anymore, or I can't draw from that well anymore. And so you look for other things. And so, yeah, I'd been listening to a bunch of some songs off of some of those solo albums, and I think that for the most part they're reasonably well written songs and stuff, but a lot of them are just, some of the songs are very angry songs, and I'm not an angry guy, so I'm not going to do those songs. So I said, why don't you do this song? I said, well, that's just not where I am. Now, that being said, a song like Broken Highway, Edge of Town, Be My Main Street When the Sun Goes Down, I mean, that's a dark song too, but that's different. You know, that could be any day, you know, but that's not an angry song. That's just like an existential kind of a thing, you know. So yeah, I mean, in terms of, you know, the way that I write, the other thing too is that back in the day, And I've been looking at a lot of songs that I'm going to resuscitate, and and I've been giving some thought to Turn My Life Down, which is interesting because it's and the crowd went wild. Yeah, thanks, Vanessa. It's interesting because it starts out with a finger picking thing, but that's the only time the finger picking's in the song. It's it's an architected pop song, so I'm going to have to work out some way to do this. And I've been able to listen to the layers of stuff. You know, Marty's great singing on it and all this kind of stuff. It's an absolutely architected from scratch pop song based on what I wrote. And because I wrote it, because the way I wrote it originally doesn't exist anymore, now I'm going to have to recreate something, which again shows the way you think in different times. The song has a lot of parts to it. Many of my songs back in those days have lots of parts to it. I don't think that way anymore, and I'm not going to write like that because I'm not interested in it.
Was that the song that we were trying to figure out some of the lyrics a couple days ago?
It was, and I thank you very much for your assistance here. Yeah, we had the
Oh, my
ear
God.
pods on, the volume turned up.
Yeah, the noise canceling headphones, and
Yeah,
I listened to this one line probably 11 times.
And it wound up being really simple, but you just couldn't.
Your enunciation was,
No, that's Marty singing the song, wasn't me.
no, that's not the song we were listening to.
Which
then.
one were we listening to? I can't even remember. now.
Remember, it was some, we couldn't
Oh,
figure-
no, you're right. Yeah, it was. I forget, but yeah.
It wasn't Turn My Life
No,
Down.
it wasn't. It wasn't. Right.
The word was like freedom or
Something.
something,
Right.
and you changed the beat. In the middle of the song, the beat absolutely changed, and as you were changing the beat, you changed the beat of the lyrics, and it was like, instead of saying freedom, it was like freedom, freedom, or something. I'm like,
I'm gonna have to go back to my computers because that's a song I think I am gonna bring back.
What
but
was that?
I can't even remember. Who knows? What did I have for breakfast today?
and
But
somebody
no.
sent you what they thought it was, and it was completely,
They were complete. It was completely wrong. Yeah,
completely off
It
base.
was something. You know, you look at these lyric things, the things that people think they hear. In their defense, a lot of my lyrics are just. I wouldn't record a song like that. Now I'd want all the lyrics to be heard. But anyway,
When I was really
that's
young,
funny stuff.
and I heard Rolling Stones' Brown Sugar, do you know what I thought it was? I'm going to totally out myself. I may have told you this before, John. I thought it was fried sugar. And somebody heard me singing it really loud and said, "What are you singing?" I'm like, fried sugar.
And there's some other funny stuff when you go back, you know, in my collective recording history, and you look at stuff too, like the basic track guitar parts are very inconsistent, which may be part of the magic of the time. But if I'm going to go back and relearn something like that, I'm not going to learn the eccentricity of each verse. Sorry, that's not how it's going to be. It's going to be I'm going to do the adult thing and do it as if I were cutting a track today, and they're going to be much more consistent. You know. Who knows? Maybe I'm just getting old. I don't know. What do I know? But anyway, Ness, yeah, I'll have to get back on the computer and find out that song that we spent so much time trying to get the lyrics out.
I can't even remember what it was, but it was.
Well, fortunately, the computer remembers. I should have done this while we were talking. Mr. Flamang, if you're watching, I loved these guitars a couple weeks ago, and I'm loving them today. Now, my old J50, for the first time in a number of years, responded to winter in a counterproductive way, and Myron had to loosen the truss rod up some for me. Easy fix, right, Myron?
Was it up in this room?
Yeah.
Well, we lost power.
I don't know. It's just winter. Who knows? It's a thing made out of wood. Yeah, I think that's a. We did have an 8-degree day the other day, but well. So I'm going to do this this song called 99 Year Blues. I've always credited it to Julius Daniels. The first two verses are his, and I can't remember. I sort of wrote some sort of like late 60s hippie lyrics to the last two verses of the song, and I don't even know why. Maybe Julius only sang 2 verses and then just played stunning guitar. I don't remember anyway, so. However, I did not claim a co-write. That's not a co-write. It's Julius Daniels' song. All right. Well, bring me my pistol, 3-round ball, gonna shoot everybody I don't like at all, like it all, like it all, like it all, like it all. Well, got a 38 special on a 45 frame. How can I miss when I got that aim? Got that aim. Got that aim. Got that aim. Well, got that aim. Well, if the world to drag my friends and you can co-find a connect, take yourself some kind of no law to get high. If you can, we'll get high. If you can. Well, if dope ain't no good, Lord, you still feel sad. Round town, you ain't doing so bad, not at all, not at all, not at all, not at all. Well, bring me my pistol, 3-round ball, gonna shoot everybody I don't like at all, like it all, like it all, like it all, like it all. Boy, Ness, it was a simpler time when 3-round balls would do the job, huh? Just kidding, folks, just kidding. You know, the old clock on the wall says, it's time to bring up our good buddy. You're a good friend and mine, everybody's good friend, Mr. John Hurlbut. John, do you have a middle name?
Raymond.
Mr. John R. Hurlbut.
Thank you. Yes. Yeah, you know my dad Ray, Raymond Hurlbut. He didn't want us to be juniors, but he did give my brother and me his middle name.
Your brother's got the same middle name?
Yeah, Raymond. Peter Raymond and John Raymond.
Fancy that.
Yeah, yeah. So thanks for that, Dad.
Fancy that.
I like your dad's middle name. Yorma, do you know what Ray's middle name was?
No.
Aloysius.
Well, that's a good one.
It
Is
is.
that
He
spelled,
wanted-
is that
he-
spelled A-L-O-Y?
It's really, the spelling's really weird.
Aloysius.
That's
is
like a
awesome.
Catholic schoolboy middle name.
He wanted his initials to say Ra.
That's
Your
funny.
dad
That's
was
an
the
old-fashioned
man.
name, isn't it?
Well, I just found your dad's, the memory card from, um, from when he passed away. And I knew what his middle name was, but to see it all written out,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
long, too.
It is, and the spelling is odd.
Your dad, he was so wise. I
He
really,
was.
I really looked to him for, you know, if I had a project that I was going to do, I would see what Ray. I totally abandoned a project that I was working on here. This project was given me, as Marjorie Thompson would say, tsuris. It was giving me agita. And we were bottling our famous salad dressings, you know, which we realized there's so much competition for salad dressings out there, let's just say that. But I was struggling, and your dad looked at me, he goes, what do you want to go and do that for? It was so simple, because I was like angsty, and it was like, if it was, you know, and good projects sometimes aren't easy, but he was just like, what do you want to go
He was a
and do
wise
that
man.
for? And I just looked at him, and I said, I don't know. He goes, do the music.
Your dad was not short on opinions
No,
either.
he wasn't. He'd be glad to give you his.
And I remember that our buddy Wally, I guess he visited him right before he passed, and your dad, Ray, God bless him, said, tell Yorma I'm saving a seat for him on stage. Tell him not to rush.
Yeah, classic.
Totally classic.
Hey, Yorma, since you mentioned my brother-in-law, John Roberts, if you don't mind, I'd like to wish him a happy birthday.
Ooh.
Get out.
His birthday's tomorrow, same day as Nancy up there in Washington State. They
Fancy
both,
that.
They both share
Oh.
February 21st, so happy birthday.
John
Happy
Roberts.
birthday.
Happy birthday, Mr. President. Nancy, happy birthday, Mrs. President.
Boy, we know some presidential people.
We really do, don't we? Well, John, put me on the spot. Wait, hang on a sec. Wait, hang on.
Yorma, I've gotten talking to people, the fans this week, and of course, everybody always says, I know I tell you every day when I see you, people express how much they have enjoyed these quarantine shows, and also how much it has gotten them through these very dismal and hard times. And as I tell them, we so thankful to hear that, but it's helped us to get through these times too, being able to play, and that all those beautiful people out there in Radio Dream Streamland are tuning in. That really fills our tank as well. So
That's
thank
for sure,
you.
John.
Thank you so much. And you are a really great thing. I'd like to do a statistic on this, but I don't know how we do that. But so many people.
You could make it up.
So many people say, I've caught all 37 of them. Like they've caught every single one of them. And you know, between the 38 tonight and the 17, that's like 45 weeks. You know?
Close to a
That's
year,
45
like I said.
weeks.
Holy moly.
Holy moly.
You'd think we were in a lockdown or something.
We better play a song.
We're so glad we got the fur piece and guitars and we're able to do this.
Yeah, man.
Because it mean a whole lot to a whole lot of people. Thank you.
Thank you.
I've got that green light, baby. I've got to move on out of here. I've got that green light, baby. I've got to move on out of here. I might go out to California, might go down to Georgia, I might just stay here. Well, they call me the breeze. I keep blowing down this road. Well, they call me the breeze. I keep rolling down this road. I ain't got me nobody. I ain't carrying no heavy load. Ain't no change in the weather. Ain't no change in me. Ain't no change in the weather. Ain't no change in me. I ain't hiding from nobody. Ain't nobody hiding from me. Well, they call me the breeze. I keep blowing down this road. Well, they call me the breeze. I keep rolling down this road. I ain't got me nobody. I ain't carrying no heavy load. Got that green light, baby. I've got to move on out of here. got that green light, baby. I've got to move on out of here. I might go out to California, might go down to Georgia, I might just stay home. Thank you, thank you. That's a nice little dog.
I believe we were joined by Moses. That's Moses.
Moses.
It's Moses.
Well, I was ready to pet him, but I thought I'd miss my place.
Sorry
I couldn't-
about that.
No, it's all right.
Chester's the only one that's allowed to do that.
Buddy Moses
No,
is a
no,
cool
Moses.
dog. I
Moses
like
made a
him.
guest appearance.
He's
He's
a
good.
dog.
He's
nice
good.
name, too.
Old Moses. Old Moses, buddy.
Moses is a Cairn Terrier. Oh, I thought he was a Cairn Terrier.
Here, Mr. Hurlbut.
Oh, okay, he's not a Cairn. Oh, this whole time I thought he was a Cairn Terrier. Okay.
That's a short-legged dog.
He is.
He's a good-looking dog. Yeah, boy.
That's a big dog in a short-legged package.
Well, look, Your Honor, we got someone to play for other than the usual crew.
My goodness.
We got Ginger and a dog, boy. This is a wonderful thing. Thank you.
Is that my sister-in-law out there? It is.
It is. This is the first show that she's come to of our quarantine concert series.
Yeah.
Well.
She doesn't care about us.
I know. She watches it live from
She's
home.
been staying quarantined.
Very nice version of that song, by the way, gentlemen.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, smokestack lightning, shining just like gold. Can't you hear me crying all night long? Oh, tell me, baby, where were you last night? In the night before, can't you hear me crying all night long? Baby, stop your train. Let a poor boy ride. Can't you hear me crying all night long? Oh, fare thee well. I don't see you no more. Oh, smokestack lightning, shining just like gold. Oh, smokestack lightning, shining just like gold. Can't you hear me crying all night long? All night long. All night long. All night long. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Yorma.
Thank you, John.
Hey, Yorma.
Hey, John.
You were smoking.
You did pretty darn well yourself.
Couldn't hold back.
Pretty daggone good. Thanks, John. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Well, let's see here. Well, Moses is all fired up there, isn't he? That dog. Yeah, I think I might go off the reservation a bit here. Unless Vanessa has something to say.
What
Yes,
do I have to say?
before I hold fourth or fifth.
Hold on, I had another question
I'm holding.
here. Oh, somebody wanted to know, I think
Uh-oh.
it came via email. This is actually, and of course, Jack is listening tonight, but they wanted to know if you ever had the pleasure of playing with Danny Gatton.
Well, I did. Jack got me involved in something with Danny in New York back in the 90s, I think it was. I can't remember exactly. But Danny was a DC guy. I left DC in '59 and never really went back. Jack worked with Danny a lot. In fact, I hesitate to speak for Jack, but since he's not here, I can. I think that Danny encouraged Jack to start playing the bass, I think.
Really?
I think he said something, how hard could it be? It only has 4 strings or something like that. I mean, there's a lot of guitar players in D.C. Danny, of course, was pretty much top dog. But, I think he might have been. We'll have to get Jack involved in this conversation. Maybe next week we can pick up the thread. But that's my recollection. And anyway, Jack knew Danny quite well and sure would have a lot more to say about that.
Okay. Thank you.
All righty.
Did you say you're
Well-
going off script here?
Yeah, a little bit, I think.
Really?
I was going to do Prohibition Blues, but I think I'm going to do Uncle Sam Blues instead. So there's a good version of, I think Snooks Eaglin wrote this song back in the 50s. It was pretty much about the Korean War back then. And he had a Folkways album called Snooks Eaglin, New Orleans Street Singer, which is sort of interesting because Snooks was really more of a jazz player than a street singing blues player. But hey, what do I know? Somebody out there is going to know, that's for sure. In any case, it's a great album, Folkways, Snooks Eaglin, New Orleans Street Singer, and Uncle Sam Blues done more or less my way. Will got my question there, baby. You know I'm heading off a wall. Question there, baby. You know I'm headed off a wall. We're gonna kill somebody over there. You know I won't have to break no kind of law. Well, I'm gonna do some fighting. Of that I can be sure. some fight, babe. Oh, then I can be sure. Sometimes I'm just wondering what for. Well, got my question there, baby. You know I'm headed off a war. Question there, baby. You know I'm headed off a war. We're gonna kill somebody over there. Won't have to break no kind of law.
It's been a while since I heard you do that song.
That has been a while. I have to change that on the master list now. Well, Vanessa,
Yeah?
so I got an email from our buddy Mike Scotolero earlier today.
Mike.
Mike, hey Mike. And either today or yesterday, I forget, but we're right in the zone of the 25th anniversary of his dad's passing. My dad's been gone for 24 years. I still miss him too. We know what the deal is. But in any case, Mike wanted to hear Death Don't Have No Mercy, and it would be my pleasure and honor to play it for him and for so many people that we've lost in the past and recently. In any case, one of the Reverend Davis's great songs, Death Don't Have No Mercy. Death don't have no mercy, I said, in this land. Well, death don't have no mercy in this land, in this land. You know, come to your house, won't stay long around the room, and when your family will be gone. Death don't have no mercy in this land. Don't ever give you time to vacation in this land. Death don't ever give you time to vacation, I said, in this land, in this land. Come to your house, and I said, won't stay long. Around the room, and your family will be gone. Death don't have no mercy in this land. He gonna leave you standing and crying in this land. Death will leave you standing crying, I said, in this land. In this land, come to your house. Won't stay long. Look around the room, your family will be gone. I said, death don't have no mercy in this land. I said, death don't have no mercy in this land. Death don't have no mercy in this land. land, you know. Come to your house, won't stay long. Round the room, your family will be gone. Death don't have no mercy in this land. Thank you. Well, Vanessa,
Well, Yorma,
well is for water. I guess we're sort of, ouch, coming in for a landing here, are we not?
we are.
Mm-hmm.
I want to thank everyone for tuning in and supporting this entire production and the effort. And, you know, if you guys weren't watching, we wouldn't be doing the show. I think Moses might be coming up again. I'll apologize.
We might be doing the show, but we're happier with them watching.
There he goes. There he goes.
Buddy,
Come say hi, Moses.
come on here, big fella. That dog could care less about me. There he is, buddy. Yeah, man. What a clean dog.
Yeah. Smell your hand. It's not clean.
Ew.
So, thank you all.
A dog smell is not necessarily a bad smell.
No, I know. Again, thank you. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you, Myron Hart, Andy Walla, John Hurlbut, Yorma. Thank you for wanting to do this. I was just looking back at all the shows that we've done, and I looked at the very first one when we first had a mask mandate, and I think right before the show I gave everybody a lesson on how to make a bandana mask with a bandana and a couple of hair ties. Yeah, I keep saying this. If you'd told me last year in March when we shut down that we would be down the whole year, I'm not so sure I would have handled it very well. Not knowing was just better for my psyche, but now we're, you know, into the next year, and I almost don't want to know. I will say that we are extremely grateful that both you and I got our first and second vaccines.
I am. And I knock on guitars. My Pfizer shot didn't affect me at all, either shot.
Yeah, my Moderna.
I should probably say yet, but
Yeah, well, you're already
done.
days past. My
Yeah.
Moderna second shot was, my hair follicles hurt. It was it was only about 12 hours, but it, you know, I felt like a little kid when.
well, we're still thinking about the song. We got to finish the song. I got Pfizer, she got Moderna.
I know.
I got protection, she got heartburn, or something like that.
That's not one of the lines.
No, I don't think so.
We were feeling really empowered. I had gotten my Moderna first. I was on a wait list. I couldn't believe I got called. And you got you were scheduled through the hospital, our doctor, thank you, Dr. Sheets. I know that you were responsible for getting Yorma that appointment, even though I had him registered with the health department, they called first.
Down to the scenic Holzer Hospital in Gallipolis, Ohio, down there in
Well, we
Gallia
were
County.
feeling so just elated that we were, on this journey with everyone else that we got this. We're vaxxers, so sorry for all you anti-vaxxers out there. But I think that Jerry Reed, the song wasn't playing, but I said we need to write, we need to write this song to the melody of.
No, not exactly.
She got
She
the
got
gold
gold
mine,
mine, I got the shaft. Yeah,
well, we
right.
didn't do that,
Right.
but anyways,
What a great song, by the
yeah,
way.
we ended up pulling up that song and listening to it on the way home, cracking up the whole way. But
It's a really well-written song.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, thanks for
I was
everything.
thinking this, when I was down there at the hospital down there up there on Highway 35, I could have got my shot and gone over to Temple Tattoos and got another tattoo.
Can you pull up you can show it in this camera. I think people you have to, hold on. Let me see if I can move the camera. Hold on.
This is my 2020 tattoo.
Hey, Andy, I am going to be moving the camera.
I always wanted a Grim Reaper, and now I have one. I'm getting a cramp, Vanessa. There we go. The Reaper. Nice, very nice. All right, they've seen enough. All right. Now, we actually have some jobs coming up, and as soon as I make some more money, I'm going to finish this arm off with a pile of skulls. What do you think? No? She's completely ignoring me, everybody. I mean, really, it's
I'm not ignoring you.
So, it has indeed been a pleasure, as it always is. We
And
love doing
thank you, everyone, which I started to say.
We got sidetracked there, but
I
yeah.
know. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your, really your loyalty to the ranch and to Yorma. And we will be here next week live if everybody's game. I always check at the end of the night if everybody still wants to do it. Got a thumbs up, Myron? You're going to be here? John, you're going to be here? Andy, shout so I can hear you. You going to be here? Yep,
God willing, the creeks don't rise.
Yep, so we're going to be here. So we'll see you all next week. Thank you again. Thank you.
I'd like to finish up with this little tune. This is a little instrumental thing that we wound up putting on the River of Time album, and it kind of started out like this. So my good buddy Barry Mitterhoff, Barry, if you're out there, thanks for this. He goes, check this chord out. Okay. I said, what is that? He says, it's a 6/9 flat 5. You'll never find a use for this chord in a million years. And having been thus challenged, I wrote this next song, which uses the chord for the blink of an eye. And Larry Campbell and Barry and I sort of co-wrote the tune together on the record. There's mandolin and what did Larry play in this song? I can't even remember. Oh, I think he played fiddle on this. Yeah, he played fiddle. And we were convinced that somebody was going to pick this up for a soundtrack. It was going to be a huge instrumental hit, perhaps, maybe even an elevator song. Who knows, But we were never going to have to work again another day in our life. But it didn't work out that way. So I will play my third of the song since I don't have the other two guys here. And leave you folks with this thought. There is really nothing like a walk with friends. Thanks a lot, folks. Stay well, and we will see you next week.
Don't forget to wear your mask.